As an ambitious professional man, I was working a full-time job where I was having no confidence talking with clients, doing presentations. I was missing out on career opportunities, having diabetes, being at my heaviest weight ever, and also missing out on so many moments with my family. And it was because I was doing these 5 fat loss mistakes that was costing my health. And if you are someone just in the same boat as myself, this video is definitely for you. So by sticking to the end of this video, discovering these 5 mistakes will help you lose weight for good and become the most healthiest version of yourself. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also turn on the bell to get notified whenever I'm making a new video about weight loss advice every single week. And also make sure you hit the like button. I used these strategies to lose 60 pounds in 8 months, kept it off for 13 years, and I've helped dozens of men just like you lose up to 60 pounds and finally escape the yo-yo dieting cycle. And if you're tired of constantly losing and gaining the same weight, I want to help you get to your healthy self without giving up the foods that you love. The first mistake I was doing is that I had no weight loss coach and I had no knowledge about what macros, calories, fats, nothing about cardio, and that made me just stumble into the same mistakes all the time. I was going to the gym and doing endless amount of cardio on the treadmill and being frustrated that I was hopping on a scale and not seeing the results that you want. So if you're someone who have no knowledge about weight loss and cardio and necessary steps to lose weight even faster, I advise you that you, just like myself, hire a fitness coach, because that's what I was doing. I was stumbling over myself for 5 years before finally making the change, because I was getting educated more about only not accountability, because I was checking in with my coach every single week and I was giving him the proper weight, hopping on a scale every single Monday morning after, for example, throwing off my clothes and taking a dump, because that's just how you get an accurate weight on the scale. I was taking body measurement pictures and also body measurement tapes to figure out how my measurements were, and by tracking that every 4th week, that was definitely helping me see some progress, because by following a calorie deficit diet of 100 or 200 calories below your maintenance calories, and 45% of daily calories come from protein, 40% of daily calories come from carbs, or 15-20% coming from fat, that was enough for me to just lose the weight automatically through the diet. But I was also working out 5 times a week in the weight training room and also doing cardio. But problem was that I was not always seeing 1 to 2 pounds of fat loss, because when you are in the beginning of trying to lose weight, you are also building a lot of muscle, and sometimes it doesn't reflect on the scale, so you can get frustrated that you're not seeing the results that you want. So by me changing up these things and always having accountability and asking my coach what is it that I'm doing wrong, that was definitely something that helped me educate myself even more. So high protein diet definitely just helps you not having all these cravings, because I was someone who'd been struggling with cravings for so many years. I was following my diet plan fine before I had a coach, and then at the evening I was just binge eating a lot because I didn't have any accountability and discipline. And I was thinking that when I didn't have a coach, I was just, for example, feeling very bloated the day after, because eating a lot of carbs, like for 1 gram of carbs there's 3-4 grams of water attached. So I was thinking that I wasted my whole day and I was just starving myself the next couple of days until I felt like I looked lean again. But that's not the right way to do it. So by getting all this knowledge, you are not only preventing yourself from being this ongoing spiral of lose weight and gain the same weight back, and giving yourself a better understanding of how to prevent the water retention. So the next couple of days I was just hopping on the plan again and increasing my fibers to 20-40 grams of fibers, drinking 4-5 liters of water, doing cardio, because that's just, you have a lot of water weight, so you just want to sweat out all the water, and also drink a lot of water, because you are just flushing out all the excess water from all the carbs. And by walking a lot and doing strength training, you're also deep bloating yourself. So that's a very good strategy that I've been using. I'd love to know, what is your biggest takeaway so far? Just comment below and let me know. The next mistake I was making was, I remember when I was at my full-time job and I was looking myself in the mirror, the shirt was just bulging out with my stomach, and I was also having trouble with going up on the stairs. And when I was going to board rooms and doing all these presentations, I felt so uncomfortable wearing all this suit, and that also made me realize that I didn't want to be at myself at like being at the best. That eventually just didn't get me all the career opportunities that I want. And I was also looked down upon that, oh, this guy, he's not even able to do all the presentations that he wants. And I was not having any energy after work because I felt disgusted with how I looked, and also having diabetes. So I was also not working out in the gym. I was just running when I was, for example, being finished after work. So having the right type of workout definitely can help you. For example, I'm seeing a lot of people, for example, like other men, they are just going to the gym and they are not having a proper workout plan. And the type of workout they are doing, they are taking 2 kilos of dumbbell and working out with that for one set, and then they go over to another exercise and doing one set. But the problem is that is if you are not utilizing the weight in a proper way. For example, when you go to the gym, you always want to have your workout plan based around compound movements, where you are focusing on higher demanding exercises. For example, when you are training your legs, like for example squat, that's like a heavy exercise where it's very demanding. So you are working out your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, also your calves. So by doing that, you having in the beginning, you are starting with, for example, 20 kilos, and then you're doing a warm-up set, 10 to 12 reps. By doing that, you get some blood flow out to your muscle group, and by doing that, you have a better mind-muscle connection where you are actually targeting the specific muscle. If you're someone who have no clue about that, you're probably just growing an area of the body that you don't necessarily want, and that throws off your symmetry. I was focusing on having a lean to muscular body where you have broad shoulders, small waist, and big thighs, and that can only be done if you are working out your muscle groups. You are knowing how to target in specific, and then afterwards you've been doing this leg press, for example, one warm-up set, then you increase the weight with 5 kilos more and you do 10 to 12 reps. You want to do that one rep before failure, because by doing that you are increasing the volume and you're also getting stronger, and you are resting 60 seconds. And just by understanding how to increase the weight all the time makes you burn fat even more, and you're building more muscle. So the more muscle you're building, the more fat you are losing eventually. And if you men are on a weight loss journey, you always want to focusing on fat loss. Fat loss is not always visible on the scale, it's often seen in the mirror. So if you're getting more veiny, like having more proponent veins throughout the week, it's a sign that you are losing body fat, and that's a very good sign. And then you try to increase for the next set, like 5 kilos more, and you try to do like 10 to 12 reps with one rep before failure. Failure is just knowing that you perform your best, and then after the first exercise with leg press or squat, whatever, you can do hack squat. That is like a compound movement as well, and then you can do Smith machine leg press, for example, or yeah, and then you can do, for example, isolation movement. That could be leg extension, where you are not specifically targeting a lot of muscle groups. You're already tired from doing the compound movements, so you want to go over to isolation movements where you are targeting specific muscle group. That could, for example, be, for example, the quads, and that is going to help you define your, for example, the quads even more. So you're doing the same formula with increasing the weight and have a good mind muscle connection that comes from studying the exercises. I see too many people going, like too many men going to the gym, and they're just having a very bad form. Not only does that have a higher risk of injury, but it also just, you don't necessarily going to work the muscle, and if you're not working the muscle properly, you're not going to increase the amount of muscle mass you have. You are not burning even more fat, and if you're not burning even more fat, what's the point? And you're not having this lean toned muscular body because you're just working out muscle groups. For example, your quads are too proponent compared to the other parts of the muscle groups on the legs. So you just want to be mindful of how you are, for example, sculpturing your body. The third mistake you're making is that you're taking advice from someone who's never lost any weight or being at the heaviest weight. The reason why I'm on this channel is that I want to share my story, which is the first video you've seen on this channel, where I'm sharing my weight loss journey, where I went from an obese Asian kid getting bullied, trying to get revenge because of a lot of guys who were on my soccer team. They were older, stronger. They were just tackling me, and I was so slow. I had trouble with breathing. I was feeling disappointed, embarrassed. So I was just using that revenge success to lose all the weight and get stronger, leaner, and also just coming back and finally get the revenge that I want. Revenge was just specific, just being someone who was strong and being able to stand my own ground. So if you are someone who've been listening to a lot of men who just always been lean throughout the whole day, throughout the whole years of, for example, their weight loss channels, just very difficult to be authentic and credible. So that was always why I'm sharing a lot of the mistakes that I've been making. For example, if you are someone who, as a man, is been struggling with having a lot of cravings, especially at night, that was also something that I've been dealing with a lot. I was mostly focusing on eating, for example, 1800 calories to be in a calorie deficit. I allocated most of my calories throughout the night, where I'm eating a lot of whole foods, for example, whole wheat pasta. It could be whole wheat rice or whole wheat bread, and a lot of veggies, because having higher fibers in your diet can make you feel more full. It makes you feel less cravings, and also drinking diet soda can definitely help with that sweetness that you are wanting from having all these cravings. And also a couple of cookies. It's fine if it's not like low sugar cookies, because you are not able to eat 100% of, I'm not saying from my experience, I could not eat 100% of my foods coming from clean foods. I needed some, for example, some sweetness. And as long as you are hitting your calorie deficit, you are hitting your macros, you should be fine. I'm just sharing that. That is how I lost 60 pounds. And I think that you just looking at it as a lifestyle change can definitely help you, because if you've been losing weight and gaining the same weight back for decades, it's not going to cut it if you just think you're going on a weight loss journey and just cutting out all your favorite foods. I want to teach you how to love what you're eating while you're losing weight, so it doesn't feel like a chore and you just want to get over with. The fourth mistake as an ambitious professional man is that you are looking at YouTube videos with people who are using home workouts with no weights. I see too many channels. I don't want to name specific channels, but I've definitely seen a lot of channels who are using this clock on the side, and then they are performing exercise where you're doing a lot of aerobic. Of course, aerobics is good for vascularity, but it's not the best if you want to get a lean, toned, muscular body, because that requires an amount of overload, stimulus to your muscle to break down the muscle tissues, and through rest and recovery, enough good food, you are able to rebuild these muscle tissues and get stronger muscles, and through that you are using that as a catalyst to lose even more weight. So by focusing on having weights, there's a more variety when you're in the gym. So by doing that, you can definitely lose weight even faster and have a lean, toned, muscular body. Another thing I want to add is that if you are stressing out too much at work because you have deadlines and schedule, it's a problem, because if you are not getting enough sleep, you are having your cortisol raising higher, and the more stress level you have, the higher cortisol you have. So that also affects your weight loss. So it's difficult to your body to lose all the fat because it's holding on the fat. So by sleeping 8-10 hours every single day, that can be helpful to lowering the cortisol level and losing weight even faster, and you're not feeling so bloated. And by also, for example, drinking black coffee, that can also reduce the hunger levels and elevating your mental focus when you are at work, because it also just makes you don't feel like you want to binge eat. For example, afternoon, I know a lot of ambitious professionals, they have like sugar cravings, so a lot of the hotels, restaurants, they're giving a lot of snacks, and eating all these nuts and empty calories, it's not going to help you feeling full and satisfied. So I always recommend like drinking 4 or 5 liters of water throughout the day, and maybe have a protein bar if that's something that can help you stop that cravings. The fifth mistake you're making is that you are expecting that everything is going to go smooth. I tell you, I failed so many times on my weight loss journey, mostly because life just happens in a way that you're not able to understand what you're doing, and through learnings with talking with your coach on the side, you're able to stick to it. Even though you have a plan and you also have workout plan, diet plan, you know everything that you need to do, your mental can just screw you up, and you also have life that has a lot of circumstances that can make you not stick to your plan. For example, if you have to suddenly go out to dinner with your family, or you have to go to a travel meeting because you have something that you need to do for your boss, that can just throw you off. So always checking in with your coach and getting education on what you should do instead. And for example, if you don't have a coach right now, I just recommend that you watch these videos that I have made for you, because it gives you a lot of intel of what you should do. Let's imagine that you binge eat one day, and you just feeling a lot of stress from where you want to relieve all this stress. So by binge eating, you're not going to screw off your whole week worth of diet. It's just something that happens. So what you can learn from it is that you're just being honest with your coach and taking accountability from the action and learning from it. So when I was binge eating, for example, on my diet, because I don't know what I was doing, I was still new to this, so I was just thinking, damn, okay, what should I be doing? Okay, I need to take accountability because I've been paying my coach, so putting in some money into a coach is just something that helped me. So I was just saying, coach, I fucked up, so I need help. So it's just saying, just follow your plan the next day, drink instead of 4 or 5 liters of water, maybe 6 or 7 liters of water. And that was flushing out all the excess water weight, and also doing cardio. Instead of 20 minutes on a stationary bike, I was doing 30 minutes because I want to sweat out all the water weight, and also weight training very hard. Instead of the regular workout plan, I was just adding 2 exercises more. So working out can also deload yourself, and having higher fibers, that's just your diet with 2 to 20 to 30 grams of fibers. And a very important thing he was telling me was, you're just human, learn from it, don't stress about it so much. In the bigger picture, after losing 60 pounds, I think that I screwed up like at least 10 times. It was not perfect, but I learned from it. And just being human and talking about and reflecting, I was also learning a lot of mindset shift, because it's like, if you are seeing yourself as a professional athlete that can learn how to lose weight and build muscle, is a skill that you want to learn for your whole life, not just something that you're just learning for 2-3 months, because you're also giving a lot of knowledge to your family. So I hope that was helpful to you. And I know that being on a weight loss journey, especially if you're at your heaviest weight and you feel a bit anxious about what am I going through, the easiest way for me was just picking a coach that I've been resonating with, because I know that when I was Googling my coach, there were so many different kinds of coach. I tried 1, 2, 3 coaches, but what definitely helped me the most was just someone that was resonating with me with their weight loss journey, and just coming from a place of, oh, this is just a normal person, normal man who's just been trying to lose weight, and it was difficult, but through all these learnings, I was just seeing results. And I'm only helping men who are at the brink of their weight loss journey, been losing and gaining the same weight back, and feeling so frustrated, having diabetes, pre-diabetic, for example, high blood pressure. You are hating how you look yourself in the mirror and pictures, and that makes you feel uncomfortable, and you're just not feeling like your old self anymore. So I hope it was helpful, this video. And if you're someone just like I just described, you at your heaviest weight you've ever been, and want to get to your healthiest weight and being a more lean, toned, muscular man, just like the client transformation you saw in the beginning of the video, there's a link in the description and also in the comment section where you can apply for coaching with me, and we'll see if we are fit together, and we'll build a game plan together. I hope it was helpful, and I wish you all the best, and Merry Christmas.